The Tales of Prince Onyx. Diary of Celestia, Chapter 4. 27th of Draconequus, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, today will be exactly 6 months since I have adopted Onyx. I'm really happy at how the things have become. Every pony is more curious than frightened by him. Strong Shield had advised me that a little group of ponies hate him, and we should take care of them. But I'm sure he was worried over nothing. By the way, I have found that Onyx will need something to cover for his body. Unlike us, Pony, he does not have fur, and his stallionhood was not hidden like our stallions. Maybe I should ask Silverheart if she knows some pony who can make him some clothes for him, or something like that. Signed, Princess Celestia. Second of Unicornus, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, today was the day where I took Onyx to the royal cloth shop. We had spent many hours trying to find and make something for the form of his body. I think we have spent around 4 or 5 hours just to determine what we should make. I've nearly forgotten the race of the moon, but at the end of the day, we have found what kind of clothing to make for him, and his clothes will be ready next week. Signed, Princess Celestia. Ninth of Unicornus, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, I finally received the clothes for Onyx, and he looks just so cute in his black pajamas. All his clothes are made with a pure black or gray, and with a little emblem of my cutie mark on his shoulder. I just find him so, I don't know, he's just so adorable. Maybe I'll ask Silverheart to bring her camera. I'll never say it, but I'll love it when it's the time to take some pictures of Onyx. Signed, Princess Celestia. 27th of Unicornus, 980 years after Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, I don't know why, but I found Strong Shield acting strange when he was close to Onyx. Like if he found him disgusting. No, I think it's more like if he found him dangerous. Maybe I should keep an open eye on him. Anyways, I bought Onyx a little plushie of a phoenix. I'm sure he'll love it. Maybe I should wait for his birthday or harp's warming to give it to him. It can be a good gift. Right? Signed, Princess Celestia. First, a Crystallia, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, he doesn't stop crying. I don't even know why, but I found myself falling asleep during an important meeting because of his crying. It kept me up through the whole bucking night. Signed, a really angry Celestia. Second of Crystallia, year 980 after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, today Silverheart took Onyx to her house, so I'll finally be able to get some sleep. But I'm still wondering why he was crying like that. Since I had adopted him, he cried about 3 or 4 times, and each of those lasted for around 3 minutes, not whole hours. Maybe I should use a detecting spell on him. Signed, a really sleepy Celestia. 4th of Crystallia, year 980 after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, when I used my detection spell, I found out why he was crying all the time. It was because his tooth is coming out. So for the good of every pony in the castle, I had given him an anti-pain spell. Every pony will finally be able to sleep like a baby. Or more like a tree. Signed, a really happy Celestia. 13th of Crystallia, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, I am really worried. I discovered that this morning, when I woke up Onyx, that he had a fang. Not a big one, but it's still a fang. That means he can eat meat, which means he comes from a predator species. I was trying to hide it with some magic before some pony else could see it, so I can give myself some time to think of what I should do next. But before I could finish the spell, Strong Shield had came into my room and was trying to tell me something. I don't know what because I don't know what, because before he was able to say what he wanted to say, he saw that Onyx had a fang, and after that, he tried to persuade me that he is dangerous, and we should never have taken care of him. I had convinced him that griffins too eat meat, and they are not a threat to us ponies, but I cannot convince him of the same with Onyx. I just wish that a species was an omnivore one, and not carnivore. It would be too much, and too hard to try to convince the population that he's harmless, if they found that out. Signed, A Worried Celestia. 25th of Crystalia, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, the tooth that Onyx had finally finished growing up, and hopefully I had discovered with the form of his new tooth, I would say he's an omnivore. That would help a lot with what I plan for him later. I will only need to ask the Griffin Kingdom to send me some meat when he will grow up. I've been thinking that maybe he doesn't need meat, but because I know nothing about a species, maybe it would be dangerous for him not to have some. Now I will go to sleep because today was a really hard day with the meeting I had. Signed, An Unworried Celestia. 23rd of Heartswarming, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, I am so excited. In 2 days, it will be the first Heartswarming day for Onyx. I had planned everything. First, we will go to the annual spectacle of the creation of Equestria. Then we will go to the dining room. I have invited the family of Silverheart, and I have invited Strong Shield, but he wants to pass this time with his family. After we will have all eaten, we will go in the throne room where I have put all the gifts for Onyx. It would be the Phoenix doll. For Silver, it would be the dress that she had wanted since the past few months, but the cost was too high for her. For her husband, who is a wonderful husband to her, it is 2 tickets to the next Grand Galloping Gala. And finally, for their son, it is a certificate that I will give him for gifted unicorns. The only thing that I will miss is my dear sister. I don't know how hard it could be for her to be alone on the moon on the Heartswarming Day. Signed, Princess Celestia. 26th of Heartswarming, 980 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, I had a most wonderful Heartswarming Eve. I had gotten from the family of Silver a picture of me giving a bath to Onyx. After the show, we all went to the dining room, where we all shared laughs and fun. Then, when I gave them my present, the Silver family were really happy. This was the first time since I had banished my sister that I had a good Heartswarming Eve. Signed, Princess Celestia. 6th of Winterium, 981 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, it finally happened. Onyx had said his first word. At first, I was starting to begin to worry because he is 14 months old. But he had finally said it. We were at the park. I was reading a book called How to Eat More Without the Fat Flank. And he said it. He said cake. It was so wonderful. So I had taken him into the kitchen and asked the chef to make us a big cake with writing on the top of it, with the word cake. It was delicious. Signed, A Full Celestia. 24th of Alicornia, 981 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, today is the birthday of Onyx. I had bought him another plushie, but it was a plushie of a little tiger. It even makes a little squee when you press its belly. Onyx was looking really happy, and we had invited his friends, Shadowhearth, the Foal of Silverhearth. And we invited his friend, Shadowhearth, the Foal of Silverhearth. And for the occasion, I had made myself a cake. It was a little burnt, but it was still good. Signed, Princess Celestia. 13th of Grifflius, 985 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, Onyx had been Onyx been with me for 5 years now. 5 wonderful, 5 wonderful years of smiling, laughing, and he has learned so much. I've learned a lot of things since these years I have had him. First, his kind walk on two legs, like the diamond dogs. And if he likes, and even if he likes the meat I give him, he can always eat vegetables and fruit. Like us, but he cannot eat plants like hay, flour, etc. I've tried one time, and he became sick for the next 4 days after that. I've discovered that his species do not have cutie marks, so I guess when we find out what he's good at, then we'll just add an emblem of it onto his clothes. Onyx started to get a little collection of plushies. He has 5 plushies for now: a phoenix, a tiger, a penguin, a pegasus, and the last one I gave him was a little wolf. Strong Shield still has a strange look in his eyes when I saw him, but I think he's just a little stressed. Onyx and Shadowhearth are always together and are always playing Knight and Dragon. But I'm stressed. In less than 2 years, I'll need to send Onyx to school with other ponies. But unlike us, he doesn't have the ability to fly like Pegasus. He doesn't have the magic of a unicorn. And he doesn't have the strength of an earth pony. I have asked Strongshield to train him a little, but he declined, saying that he is too young. I need to find a solution. Signed, A Worried Mother. 28th of Moon Festif, 986 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, today I had a meeting with the ambassador of the Griffin Empire. Nothing to worry about. But when we go out, when we go out of the meeting, but when we go out after the meeting, the ambassador had asked to meet Onyx, and I accepted his request. I don't know why, but I had a bad feeling. He didn't do anything wrong. He just asked to talk with them about how the Griffin Empire works, but I'm worried. Why would the ambassador of the Griffin Why would the ambassador of the Griffins want to talk about that to my son? Signed, Princess Celestia. 25th of the Sun Festive, 987 years after the Nightmare Moon. Dear Diary, in less than 1 week, school will start, and I'll need to add Onyx in one as one of the students there at the school at Kenilworth. I cannot put him into the school for gifted unicorns like his friend Shadowhearth because he does not have magic. The flight school of Commander Hothead is for species who have wings, and Onyx can't fly, so the normal school of Earth he can't go in because everybody there is really strong, and the normal school of Earth he can't go in it because everybody there is really strong. I have only 2 other choices: the Royal School and the Interspecies School. For the first one, Onyx will not have trouble in it because he will be the only student, but still, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. So the only one is the Interspecies School, but I'm a little scared of this place. But I don't have any other choice. I will talk about it with him tomorrow. Signed, Princess Celestia. Whew, that's the end of the chapter. Well, I just want to apologize, guys, for being gone for a little bit. I was busy with life, school, everything like that. And also, I'm sorry that I messed up this reading a little bit. It's kind of hard to read. Not gonna lie to you. A lot of it was just me saying what felt right. If you look this over yourself, you'd see what I mean with a lot of it. But hey, what can you do about it? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. I'm gonna actually go back on as regular of a schedule as I can. All right, I can promise that. All right, I'll see y'all. Have a good day.